Okay, so now let's get into the 1851 census on Ancestry while we're doing this series. So let me view it, and let's go straight into view the image. Okay, so the writing's not terrible, but I might use this tool, as we've seen, to invert the colors, make it a little bit more readable. But just in case, if you're not comfortable with that, I'll leave it there for now. Okay, so I'm looking for Agnes Barnes, and I've just scanned and I can see, because it's quite big actually, down here. So 14 4th Street. This is where it gets interesting as well. If I've moved through the censuses, on the previous one they were at 13 Broad Street, and now they're at 14 4th Street. Now, this is where looking at the map can really help you. Okay, so if I come over here, and 13 Broad Street, and let's go into the street view. Okay, so it's coming out as there, but if I scan around, you've got Broad Street there, and 4th Street is there. Okay, so the chances of that being 14 4th Street and not 13 Broad Street seem slim to me, because understandably you can see why someone who doesn't know the area might get confused if that is the case with the enumerator. So I'm going to assume that it's still just on Broad Street. But either way, they live in the same area as before. So nothing major there. 29 and 30. Son who has 1. And if I look down here, that I'd have to assume, oh, it's actually, that is 32. They got a male servant. That seems unusual to me. A house servant, and if anybody in the comments can read that word, or those words, ag lab, is that what it is? Is it agricultural labourer? Well, please tell me if you know in the comments. Let's press the person icon and see if there's any more information on it here. But you can see from having John Huxtable's servant, having a male servant, then this shows a certain level of affluence. Now let's just make sure, if I turn over the page, that there's nobody else on the page. No, the next house is separate. Okay. So we're seeing the same place of birth. In the previous one, I noted that they'd just written ditto all the way down, and it was wrong for Agnes, my great-great-grandmother, 3 times great-grandmother. She was born in Cornwall, Padstow in Cornwall. So just note there are errors like that, but otherwise all looks as I expect. John Barnes, and I can see the transcriptions down here. Yeah, just the one child at this point. I suppose it is also quite interesting to me that she had her first son at 29, which seems like it might have been old in 1851. But hey, who knows? She went on to have, I think, 5 children, so all was good for that family. And while we're here for housekeeping, let's always remember to add them to the tree. So in this case, I've got Agnes. I've come in as Agnes, so through Agnes's profile, so I know it's already on hers. So if I click on John Barnes and press save to person in your tree, let's see, John Barnes. So he was born in 1821. Yes, that's him. And if I save it, then you can add the whole family. This is the workflow it goes through. Okay, so make sure you're checking these. I'm just scanning. I'm fine. Agnes, I know it's already added, so that's kind of a duplication a little bit. It doesn't duplicate anything on the profile, but it's already been done. So I can add Nicholas Fry, and he's there as well. So it just saves me that time next time coming to add it. So I'll save that to the tree. So now go and check out my next video in this series, and I'll see you there for more tips.